Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 158 of So What's Been Happening. Tonight, it is a Tuesday night, the 22nd of October. I get a chance tonight to talk to Trav and Marie from Big League, which is really cool to reconnect with these guys. It was a little while ago, episode 122. We had a chat to these guys, all bar technical difficulties, but we won't talk about that. We hope they will go away, but if we don't, we're well versed in knowing what to do these days, jumping back on and trying to make it work. That's the joy of going live sometimes. But that was 10 months ago, believe it or not. Time has flown. There is been a new album out, which is really cool. It's been out almost 6 months now, I think, for Trav and the guys, and girl, Miss Marie, I'll refer to as. But it's so cool to have the guys from Big League back on tonight. So just in case you don't know who Big League are, we're going to play a little bit of an old clip. Here it is.
Changing, it's all converted Pizza Huts. Doing overdone or past your prime. The salad days in the chicken line. Living your life shining, you'll see your life dying on your living room floor. But you won't see it clear. You won't see it clear. You won't see it all. God-made mechanics and cocaine tragics live with choices made. It is what it is. A spade, but honking when you're horny doesn't get you laid. I don't know, could we? I can and should be. I said boogie, you said no. Pretty suckers, star-crossed bludgers, do not get involved. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You won't see it clear. You won't see it clear. You won't see it all.
All right, there you go. That was At All. So hopefully we see it clear tonight. Let's bring them up. Here we are, guys. Welcome back to episode 158 of So What's Been Happening.
Hey, Aaron,
Hey,
how you
Aaron.
doing?
Good. Great to have you guys back.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Cheers. Thank you for persevering.
We actually didn't realize that we were trying to figure out how long ago it was we'd been on since last time, and it's almost a year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is crazy. There's a lot been happening in your world. You've
Yeah,
had a couple of
including
tours
getting
in
a new
amongst that.
So,
Sorry, what was that?
including getting a new internet connection. So we're good.
Yeah, good. Very good. All right. It's exciting. Heathen Sound. It has hit. We talked about it last time that it was in the works.
Yeah.
And finally it's been out, and it's been out for a little while. How's the reaction been, guys?
I mean, it's
Awesome.
Yeah, probably the best received album we've put out ever. I don't know if that maybe is a little bit to do with us getting better at sort of putting ourselves out there, but on the whole, like, people have been a big fan of the album, and it's like we had a tour of about, I think it's 12 dates or something to support it, and on the whole, they've been the best shows that we've ever played. It was really great, and even we're close to selling out the record too, and we're definitely a band that has cupboards full of unsold material. So it's inspired us to push on.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, it's been great.
Fantastic. That's always good to hear a band inspired after the dreaded COVID drama that we all went through. So awesome to have an album out, out touring new stuff, playing old stuff, going over the ditch over to New Zealand, which was really cool, playing a few dates over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really great to see. So, and a couple more shows in the lead up to Christmas, which is really nice. I'm just going to very quickly touch on Fuzzy Sunday, which is coming out this Sunday. Here it is. Big League, good enough to headline this one, which, to be honest, any of these bands could headline, but it's super exciting to just be the headliner at the end of the day, right?
Crazy good lineup. It's a huge lineup. It's going to be an unreal afternoon.
And they seem to be very good at just putting together a solid afternoon of music. Like no filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And shout out to Sam and Mark, who put on a killer afternoon there at Coburg RSL. Make sure you get out to that one. So I'm sure it will be a good afternoon. It's a warm one tonight, guys. Where did this kind of weather of 30 degrees pop up in Melbourne all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's crazy. Spring is just crazy like that. It will rain again like in a couple of days. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's nice to have a bit of a change from all the wet weather and the coldness. So yeah.
And it's perfect Sunday afternoon gig weather. So yeah,
sure is.
It's actually warming up for this weekend because there's like also we went to the Coburg RSL the other weekend and did some recon in the beer garden. It's such an awesome setting, and there's going to be like a big like American barbecue taking over the kitchen. So yeah, it'd be rad.
It's it's a very interesting spot. It's always great to check out like it's kind of an oasis in what's sort of like an area that is quite hip, and everything's steadily being gentrified, and there's this round brick building that has probably been exactly the same for 40, 50, 60 years or something like that.
Yeah.
It's cool spot.
And the odd part is you wouldn't know unless you walked in those doors how good the music is on the Sunday afternoon. There's a few people out the front there in the beer garden kind of area, and then you walk through those doors, and it always is a great set. So make sure you get there. Bring your taste buds as well, by the sound of it. The American Diner slow cooked meat will be on, and the nice cold beers with a smiling face is always what we need on a Sunday afternoon.
Even nursing that hangover or Sunday sippers all alike. It's and it doesn't go too late either. Everything's over. What is it? 7 o'clock, I believe. It's all wrapped up at.
Yeah.
So it's all very adult. It's lovely.
It is very much so. Almost ready to go for another gig after that. Have a little dinner and take off to another gig. If 5 or so bands aren't enough for you.
Have some dinner and go back out again.
Definitely. It's exciting for sure. So I'm just going to start with a couple of curly ones for you. Your favorite album for 2024, other than your own?
Oh, shit.
Surely Robert Pollard has put out some kind of incarnation.
Yeah,
can't help himself.
Yeah, the latest guy. Yeah, well, I mean, we're probably a little bit biased because we went and spent a bit of time overseas.
We just got back from America. We went to watch the San Francisco and Los Angeles Guided by Voices shows. So it's Travis' favorite band. But probably biased that will be the.
Yeah, Strut of Kings is the new record, and I have trouble keeping up with all the stuff they put out. But something about having seen them just now, and they're sort of pushing that album is definitely. I think the experience has pushed us back into listening to the record. It's it's a great one.
Yeah, nice.
And it's a bit late on in the year because it came out earlier on, but have been listening on the way to work. There's this band called another American band, Military Gun, and military is spelled IE. Anyway, it's a really fun album, and they're a great rock band.
Great. I love discovering new music. I'm sure, like you guys do. Look, that's probably the best thing that's probably come out of the streaming world, I guess, or the big world that is the internet now. There's a lot of negatives that come with that as well, and it's pretty hard to get music out there and get cut through, most importantly, because everyone's releasing music in some form. I think you guys are pretty creative of how you guys go about your little marketing spiels and ideas, and just tell me a little bit about one of the recent ones I noticed was giving away CDs.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
talk to me about that. I think that's a great initiative.
Yeah, it's I think it started because everyone's kind of jack of relying on you know, the ill-fated algorithm, and you know, nothing's in chronological order anymore, or you don't necessarily see bands that you want to follow, you don't see their posts anymore, and you know, you have to post pictures of like babies or like thirst traps to get any traction. So it's just a kind of a way of getting directly in contact with people instead of relying on Facebook. So Trav has started, Trav runs the ads, so
I mean, and like, you know, we sort of have it set up so, you know, if you buy a CD from us, even if we give it to you for free, it's very easy for you to get our other CDs at a reasonable price. You're also on our emailing list, and it seems like the good faith of giving someone something like that sort of it just brings them a little closer to the things you're doing in the future. I think, you know, it's like, I guess starting out, you even if you're not giving your music away, you're sort of in the mindset of who wants it. Like, you know, if it's hard, if it's a hard slog, and it doesn't feel right to be forcing it on people, but it seems that people react to that, the idea that they're getting some new music and you've given them something. And
essentially, it started with well, it's the CD that, as you mentioned, is giving away for free. So you have to pay for postage, and we'll send it to you. But it was our first ever album from 2017. From 2017. And we didn't know how to advertise ourselves then, so we had boxes of it sitting in our garage. And we figured that now that we know how to contact people easier, maybe people. You know, no one's going to ever get these CDs that are sitting in boxes, so it's better off in someone's car for free than no one ever hear it. So if you buy it, well, if you pay for postage, we'll send it to you for free. But then people are on our emailing list. So then when we played shows for this tour, when the album came out and went to New Zealand, instead of paying God knows how much for Facebook advertising, we could just send emails to everyone that got a free CD and say, hey, we're coming to your town, and we contact them directly. And yeah, it's just been a lot nicer than using Facebook's ads.
Yeah,
great idea.
And there seems to be also a side element of there's a young group of people coming through who are getting, you know, they're getting on P plates, they're getting their mum's BA Falcon that has that bloody CD player system that's tracked in the dash, and you can't like change it, and you can't plug your phone in or anything like that. So the only thing that they can listen to is the radio or a CD.
CDs are back, baby.
Yeah, so we sell, like, even of the new album, which we sold at full price, we sold almost 200 copies of that. And so like we don't know why it works, but it works. Yeah.
There's even an old cassette in the collection.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's not, because we do have a cassette, and it's nice to have something, you know, kind of really cheap at the merch stand that, you know, not everyone can buy a $45 limited edition colored vinyl or whatever, but you know, for a few bucks, the cassette has one whole album on one side and the second album on the other side. You can get two whole albums for, you know, not much. So
yeah, and it's nice to see the kids want to relive the romance of using a ballpoint pen to wind the tape back up after the tape player's tried to eat it.
And if it gets really dire, you can put some sellotape over the holes and then just tape over it with something else if you want. That's fine too.
Yeah, the good old days of recording over and trying to stop the tape before the announcer talked over the song. As well. It's cool moments.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You'd be like, you want to capture the end, but then they would mix Triple M or something over the top of it.
Spoil it. Yeah, for sure. The joys of community radio now that we love so well, PBS and Triple R and a few others in amongst those, 2SER in Sydney. So thanks to those guys for doing some incredible stuff. We're a big supporter of some of those shows. They help kind of inspire me to do these shows. Last time we discussed episode 122, I discussed that this was never really supposed to go past the first chat, but some of those conversations that we had for a vast number of reasons, including mental health, were really important. And we've had a really good one recently with Mark Sinton talking about mental health and anxiety and breakdowns. So ironically, Mark is playing also at Fuzzy Sundays.
This Sunday as well.
So get along to that one, and most importantly, jump back on an old episode a couple of chats ago and have a listen. But tonight, it's all about Big League, back in the big league in this case. It's great. I think I'm really excited. I love the new album, Heathen Sound. And I even love, and I must make sure I order this vinyl. There's not many left, so I'm going to have to get on board. Beautifully modelled by yourself, Marie.
Yeah, look, God, I'm jumping out of my skin in that photo, aren't I? Yeah, that was exciting.
It's like, I mean, you've got I don't know if everyone else can see, but you've got the front cover outlining what we're doing this evening, and that was done by our mate Pange, who plays drums in Henry Hugo's band. Lots of outfits. Yeah, and it just like the extra effort to get the cover, and as you saw the record, we got the splatter done and all those bits and pieces. That we're glad that people like the music, because we tried to make a whole package of something that looked a bit special, and we couldn't have been happier with how it came out. It's like a proper souvenir.
Yep. And it's not only the album. Here's the CD, the inside. There it is. A little bit of a different art on the cover. Band shot.
And that photo is so the video you played at the start at all. We were actually really enjoying watching it because we hadn't seen it in ages. We were laughing at ourselves. But our friend Gordon Holland, he plays solo and also in the Naysayers. He makes really great video clips. So he did that video clip for us and took that photo at Luna Park. And then so Pange did some artwork based on that too.
Yeah.
And
try to get everyone, all the friends involved. Yes.
The back shot as well. That's really cool. It's well done.
Yeah.
Incredible how much it actually looks like all of you guys.
Yeah.
He's good at what he does.
Yeah, there's so much detail in that artwork, and people that know St Kilda kind of recognise that it's the Esplanade and Luna Park and everything. It's cool.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, what we're going to do is I'm going to play a little clip from one of the new songs. I'm going to play a little clip from the titled album titles, Heathen Sound. Here it is. I'll give you a chance to have a little breather.
That's it.
Rocky Mountain picture show. I'm standing a century
Is it wrong that I never wanted that one to stop? I just want to keep playing it. It's a killer. Screaming
Cheers.
guitars, nice strong drum beat, ripping bass line, some nice harmonies in there. It's a great track.
Thank you. And it sounds like we stopped it just in time too, to really keep you hooked.
Hanging.
It's a fun one to play.
Mm.
Rennie always dances when he's playing guitar to that song. It's like, yeah, it's kind of
Very catchy. It's
Yeah.
catchy, that's for sure. Where did that one fall in amongst the recording sessions? How early did that come up, or how late?
So I'm just thinking it was, I reckon second batch. So we did 4, and then we did another 4, and then it was kind of like 2 and 1, and that was done. So yeah, it was sort of like it was written when it was the album we were in the process of making, and then that came to light. And even the term Heathen Sound, I think like it could have been that chorus. I had the melody, and it could have been many things then the term Heathen Sound came up, and then once I sort of thought, well, that could actually be the name of the album. So I'm in there Googling. I was like, surely this name exists.
Surely someone's
already.
used that phrase before,
Yeah,
but no.
But no, it was sort of like once we'd recorded those 4 songs that we sort of had banked at the start of the new album, I got into quite a good habit of writing, and because I work at a school and I get all the breaks that the school gets, so I'm being able to find that I can get in like 2 weeks off. I'll always come out of that time with a couple of songs. I just been able to get that work ethic going. So it's been great.
Great.
So like, going into it was all last year that we recorded this album, and going into it, I wasn't sure if we'd pull it off, but once I got into a rhythm, I think it's just maybe a muscle that once you get used to using it, it's sort of, you get that thing going, and and then you promise yourself that you'll keep doing it, but you don't. So I've got to get it back now.
Dragging out the guitar again, writing some lyrics again.
Yeah.
It's music's version of jumping back on a bike, right? And
Absolutely.
and getting back into it.
Yeah. And I'll always have those little bits of songs that I've recorded. Like I always putting down ideas and then like picking them up sort of like 6 months to a year later. So it's nice. It's like someone else has left some breadcrumbs for you because you don't remember recording it.
It's like co-writing a song with someone who has the same taste in music as you, but it's you from last year.
Yeah. And I like even like trying to sit down, because we haven't played for about a month, so I sat down and sort of running through the songs, and I've accidentally written something else while I'm trying to remember another song. So it's always like just getting good at making sure I don't lose the ideas. That's all part of the process.
Yeah, nice. Bonus tracks, they call them.
Exactly right, yeah.
Or sometimes, sometimes Trav will be, I don't know, practicing something, and Trav will start playing something. I'll be like, what is that? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, stop talking to me, record it. You have to like quickly record it straight away, because you'll forget if we keep talking.
Yep. And obviously integral part of the band, Marie, yourself, incredible harmonies, and talk to me about those killer bass riffs. When do they kind of get in the mix?
Probably second. Like Trav really writes the whole song. Like even if it doesn't have words, it might have like mumbling, or it might just be the guitar, and then I'll write the bass line to it. And then sometimes the melody for the lyrics can come after there's a bass line, when it's like more of a song. But yeah, generally Trav will write the song and give it to the rest of the band, and then we write all of our parts and then bring them to practice together.
The last record has definitely been trying to just write only what I'm going to play, and then just leaving it to see what everyone else comes up with.
Is that a different feel from what you've done before, the way you've gone about your albums?
It is, and the previous record I wrote and recorded heaps more. Like even there's sometimes I did drums, sometimes I did bass. The first album less so. That was maybe a little bit more band orientated, but I would say that this is definitely a symptom of having a good group working together. Like it's probably, it couldn't have happened before this. I don't think. It was just everyone like wanting to do it first, and putting in and just it's a genuine group effort, this record.
Great. That's exactly what you want to hear when a band's probably hitting their straps right now. Great time to hit them is this Sunday for Fuzzy Sundays, that's for sure. And you've got another couple of gigs coming up, which is really exciting to finish the year. Front bar at the Tote, which is exciting. That will be, I'll just bring up a pic. I think this might have been even last time you played at the Tote.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Hey, yeah.
It's good to be back there. We haven't been there for since this October last year. Yeah,
that was with Tetsuians from memory.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And it ties in with so Scream Theatre are down to play Melbourne that weekend. So
with our mates Fleeting Persuasion too that night.
Yeah,
very cool.
So, and that's on the Saturday night. So on the Saturday afternoon, Tim Stewart of Scream Theatre fame is going to be playing a solo set with us in the Tote front bar. And then we're all packing up and going to watch Scream Theatre that night. So come and do the double header with us.
Very nice.
Come to Coburg RSL on Sunday.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely. And there's lots of things happening at the Tote. There's lots of works going on. People may not fall through floors and all sorts of things anymore. They've been working tirelessly, Shane and the crew, to try and
unstoppable force. They did the same thing when they took over the public, but the last chance, and did that cool thing of keeping it as the institution that it is, and not making it just like a chrome bistro, but fixing basic stuff like having a toilet that flushes and stuff. So they're unstoppable. They're doing it again.
Have you ever seen two people work so hard just for the privilege of pumping you a beer?
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, to be honest. It's hard not to walk into the Tote now and smile at the fact that it was saved. And so many people put in so much effort. We touched on, I reckon, last time that we kind of half celebrated on this show that it was saved roughly 12 months ago now, and starting to really hit its straps. Amongst that time, the Bendigo has been saved as well.
Yeah,
the curtain looks like it's going to hang around now, which is even better. So look, that's an exciting time. It's getting tough in music and venues. So I urge everyone to try and get out and see a band this weekend. Not only the band, but try and get there for a feed if you can afford it, most importantly. If you can't, there's a lot of free gigs out there. There's plenty of great venues putting on free gigs as well. So please just get out, show your face, drag a friend along, most importantly, and have a chat, because you never know when that chat might be an important one that is just enough to change their mindset for a little while. And I must thank you guys as Big League on behalf of all the punters that get out and see shows that just help us transform our world for a little hour or so, 45-minute set, whatever it may be, where we forget about life for a while and you transport us to another place. So thank you.
And all your favorite artists have started out like this. I don't know. Everyone has been playing to 5-10 people, that sort of thing, and that's the only way it grows.
Yeah, and buying the multicolored record is nice, but that's not a necessity. It's cooler just to come and talk to everyone afterwards. And it actually a friend posted something the other day about that streaming service is nice as advertising, but no one really makes any money off that. Actually just showing up to a show, as you say, even if it's a free show, actually makes way more of an impact. Coming to a venue, buying a beer or buying a dinner, and just being a body in the room is it means a lot to everyone, the venue owners and the band.
Sure does. Free gigs, free water. Yeah, you got no real excuse, do you? Just if you need someone to pick you up, if you're anywhere near my area, please shoot me an inbox. I'll make sure you get to the gig at any stage. So you can't miss some of these bands, I urge you. And most importantly, get out there and see the support acts too. Don't just come for the main gig or the main band that you want to see. Get there early. I guarantee you'll be surprised. And you'll find yourself following a new artist that you didn't know before. And sometimes you get some magic experiences where you have one of the artists that may be in a full band that they're playing solo or a duo, or there's something different. It might be an acoustic set or something different to how it's normally played. And and put on the album. So there's some of the cool moments that I've experienced in amongst getting early.
This Sunday, so as you said, Mark Sinton is playing. Also, Heir to the Squandered Millions, which I believe is the
Ross McLennan's band
from Snout.
Yep.
And then the Wellingtons, that's going to be Kate and Zach doing a duo, like doing Wellingtons set as a duo. So that'll be really cool too.
There you go. Make sure you get there early. They're opening. So make sure you're there from 1. I think it's 1, roughly, kickoff. So get there around then anyway.
Yeah. A band every hour. Can't go wrong.
Oh, exactly. There you go. Heck, you can't ask for much more, really. It's a really exciting time. There's so many bands on. Anywhere you are, it's just great to be in and around music. The weather's getting better, so you're running out of excuses. The daylight saving at the moment as well, so you can stay out a little bit later, or you can start getting out a little bit later. It's pretty cool to be playing. Pretty cool to be playing Arvo gigs instead of on at 10 or midnight, isn't it, guys?
Oh man, I love an afternoon gig. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll play any time, but like just sometimes you just like the cruisy up, you know. And we won't shortchange you on the live performance. There'll still be all the antics of any big league show. So,
It'll still be as sweaty as an 11 p.m. show. Yeah.
Beautiful. Look forward to one thing that make sure the photographers get there and get up close for some of Trav's acrobatics in amongst the show. So look forward to that.
You got to be quick to catch those thighs.
Yeah.
Those short shorts might be back. Look out. All right, we're going to play a little bit, stretch your legs a touch, and play a little bit of Tea and Sandwich Committee.
Sick.
Awesome.
I'm just going to cut you a little bit short there, so you have to jump on and make sure you check out the rest of that song. So leave you hanging a little bit at least. All right, let's bring the guys back up. Tea and Sandwich Committee, guys. That sounds like standard Sunday Arvo.
It sounds all quite decadent, doesn't it? Lovely, yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about that one, mate. There's some killer guitar riffs in amongst that one as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Tea and Sandwich Committee was a friend at work was making fun of a group of people who are like a self-imposed government body of the employees, and that's all they get done.
The social club.
Yeah. It's all a bit political, but they've got no teeth. That's the thing. Yeah, the song I kind of got the idea from an At the Drive-In song. But yeah, I just like playing like with an open E string and just like plucking away, and then I think I had the vocals pretty well down. But I think I did it essentially the same way I've always like what we were talking about, where I basically had my guitar and the vocals, and I just came to Rennie, what have you got, guys? What have you got? That sort of thing. Yeah, but we wanted something that kept all the crunch in it. I think with this record, like we've gone for a U-Butte producer who really tidied the song up, but we didn't want to lose anything in the heaviness of the music, I suppose. Yeah,
it's a nice way to describe it.
Yeah, and using Bo Sorensen, I don't know, between him and Joe Carra at Crystal Mastering, I don't know how they managed to do it, but every time it went through a process, it somehow came back heavier, but also with more clarity. And I don't know how they did that, but each time it kept coming back, and you could make out everything that was happening, but it was somehow more aggressive. I don't know.
Yeah, they're wizards.
But yeah.
Does that bring its own challenge to try and play it like that live?
Well, I think they cleaned it up, to be honest. There's plenty of crunch in that song. Yeah,
I think it's almost they help to feel the way we feel we do play live. Sometimes it's recorded and it feels too sterile, where I think we're a live band, and so it's tricky to capture that on record sometimes when it's too clean. So yeah, it was nice that they could still make the vocals like legible, and the guitar solos and stuff like pop out when they come up, but it didn't sound too sterile or tracked or anything. We recorded it all live together in one room, so we could still keep that vibe. So we didn't want it to be too clean. I think it's the most accurate record that we think sounds like us.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's your best.
Thank you.
Which is always nice to have your newest as the best, because that's the one you're playing from the top, hopefully. But hopefully we get a bit of everything.
Yeah.
11 tracks. There's lots of killers on there. There's everyone always kind of throws in the one or two fodder tracks, so to speak, but in this case, there's none. So there must have been some that hit the cutting room floor that are available or going to be available for another day.
Yeah, the next record, the one that's not as enjoyable to listen to.
But for now, get this one.
Yeah, for now we toast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of the process, but by the time that something makes its way to being a song, I think I've already decided that it's going to be on the record. I don't know. I know that some people can let it get quite a far way down the track before
cutting them.
Yeah, you always hear about bands who do an album, and if they've got 10 songs on the album, there's another 20 songs that weren't even close. I'd like to see that process, because that's not really, there isn't a heap left, I don't think.
And is there a thought process in amongst the 11 songs, or is it a set period of time? How did it kind of pan out for you?
I feel like every time we've made a record, I've just keep on pumping songs into the system until it just feels done. I don't know how.
And if there's a nice order to put them in, and it feels like complete. Like this one, it felt like complete. We had an instrumental in there to like break up like the really rollicking songs, which we do play live. It's not a filler. We're playing the instrumental this weekend. But then Trav and I went in super early one Sunday morning, we called our friend whose studio we record at up in Belgrave, and Trav organised him, can we just pop in the morning? And the day before, on the Saturday afternoon, Trav had written us an intro song. He always wanted
like the wrestler entry music, or
your own theme song, like a pump up song you come on stage to or something. And so he'd written, which is the opening track, Holding Out for the Big League.
Yeah.
And we worked it out with just the two of us, and Trav played drums and came up with some harmonies on the day. And we just popped up to Belgrave in the morning, and by lunchtime we'd recorded it, and then it felt finished.
Yeah. And there's also technical reasons why I wouldn't probably go more than say 12 songs on an album, even just for fitting it on a record. So working in that mindset, it like I said, we there were a couple of big batches of recording, and we then had 8 songs, and then knowing at that point that there's singles and there's other things, it's almost the pressure's off at that point. You say that there's no fillers, but at that point I'm making things that can maybe make the record a bit weirder, or think you're not going to upset the theme. It's more just pushing the boundaries of the theme then. And
if it gets too long, then you have to have those open gatefold multi-record things, and then you have to fill it. You can't have 18 tracks. You have to have 2 full records. So keep it down.
Or you tell Trav and Ren to play less solos.
Yeah. Yeah, tighten it up. Every song has to be 30 seconds shorter.
That's not going to happen.
But even that, Rennie played great guitar on every song. So, but if you just indulge that on every track, it just sounds like a constant song. So there was definitely things like picking, all right, his best work's here, so we're going to make this song about his guitar and stuff like that. So I guess having a short burst of songs, say the 12 songs, and then really working those to make them into
their best.
Yeah, and a record that has something, is a package. Yeah.
Ironically, it's 11 songs. Spinal Tap's moment is crank it to 11. This happens to be 11. I urge you to play the album all the way through. Don't be one of those albums that skip a track here and there. We've got time. Sit back and relax and enjoy those moments. Guys, can you remember the last album you played all the way through?
Oh shit!
I put things on.
What's the Tom Petty record we just put on the other day?
There's the Tom Petty record.
The one that has dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh, it sounds so.
A rebel without a clue. Get it?
Anyway,
yeah,
this is Tom Petty record that we play all the time from start to finish, which is great.
Yeah.
Do you know what else? The Super Chunk record that we kind of asked, but based on the sound that we asked Bo Sorensen to master the record.
Oh, What a Time to Be Alive.
What a Time to Be Alive.
Yeah, which is that was around 2015.
I think it helps too when you do actually have the record, because you can't skip. If
sure,
you put it on, go and do something, and it plays from start. I mean, obviously you have to flip it halfway through, but it's nice hearing the order that the band has wanted you to listen to the songs in. They put them in that order for a reason.
Yeah, we just hit Amoeba while we were over in the US, and we came back. I bought a Guided by Voices record, but I bought a couple of fall records, and I'm just trying to look up what the title of it is, but it's a singles one. We've listened to that quite a few times now. I always like the fall. Super hard band to get into, but once you start making those inroads, I've got some favorite records.
Okay, very good here. We'll touch on that in a second. I just want to touch on the last show you've got coming up for the year. It's an online version. This one.
Yes.
Just want to touch on kind of how this is an exciting concept. It kind of has memories for me of COVID, sadly, and all those intimate sessions that happened in amongst COVID. So how did this one kind of come about? Plenty of bands over one big day.
We got involved. the guy who does all our publicity is Chris Hamilton, and it was sort of he got us played in the UK. This guy was setting up this event, 1900, and so he got in touch with us basically through a DJ in the UK, and because the idea was he wanted to have a band playing at 7 o'clock at their time on the 21st of December everywhere in the world. He needed an Australian leg.
So like kind of every time zone, right?
Exactly.
So
yeah.
7 o'clock in every time zone, there'll be a band in that time zone playing at their 7 o'clock. So you can watch it.
Brilliant concept. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really cool to be part of something like that. Just I know that like lockdown brought up things like this, but I think the concept is it's something new and interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that the silver lining from all of that online life brought all these ideas that, maybe a thing like that hadn't been thought of before, but the technology was there and, really advanced in that time. So now people are using it, and like all these kind of like online like streaming and podcast interviews and stuff. Like, it's become a lot easier way to reach a lot of people and find out about smaller bands. Like there's so many bands in this, like 24, there's one every hour, that is chosen by this UK DJ. So maybe not things that would be super on our radar, but cool way to find other bands that are, like a similar size to ours. And
sure. Who knows? Maybe one day a DJ mix of a remix of a big league song.
We'll take it. We're up for sale.
Yeah, go for it. Do we like?
Sure. And I must thank Chris Hamilton for connecting us once again. He's doing an incredible job with publicity of so many bands at the moment, helping me write a few things here and there for proposals to bands and stuff. So, I mean, what a genuine guy that is doing everything he can to keep people at the forefront of their top of mind, I guess you'd say, and pushing out new releases and stuff. How important is it to have someone like that in your stable now and let you guys do what you do?
Oh, absolutely. And, like there's all the social media promo stuff that we do. That's one thing, but there's always, it's always that area that you want covered. And every step of the way, we felt like Chris it felt like he had it in hand, because, he's going to send off your press releases out into the world, and not everything's going to get a result. And you kind of, you want to know that it was done, and it was done the best that it could be done every time. And he just does that. Like he just, whatever day he says he's going to do something, he does it. And we got radio interviews in New Zealand because of him, and back also in Australia. But like it just, we couldn't be happier with what he did.
Yep.
And it always sounds so much more genuine when it's coming from someone else, like writing your own bio or like contacting, people yourself always feels, writing about yourself in the third person always feels a bit cringe. So having someone else write a press release or a bio is just like such a relief.
Well, I must admit, I do love the emails from Trav, to be fair.
Well, bigleagueband.net if you want to sign up for our emails. It's not just blasting you with ticket offers and record sales. We keep you up to date with what we're up to and how we write. Look at that, beautiful.
There you go. There it is. Here's one I prepared earlier.
It's not
bigleagueband.net. There you go.
It's not just spam. Trav will write every few weeks, also it's not epic, but just like almost like a diary entry about like what he's been doing or writing, or a question that someone's asked, and he'll answer it in detail. Like it's quite nice.
I think it's quite nice.
People at work have signed up to it, and they'll be like, "Oh, I heard Trav talking about whatever." I'm like, "What?" And then I realize they've signed up to it. It's really weird, but
I think it's really cool at the same time. So speaking of celebrating, 6 months is a long time. The album's been out. It's by no means finished yet. This band's out for a long time for sure. There's plenty to come from Big League. Here's a celebration. Tell me a little bit about that shot, guys. A great little Grand Prix moment.
So that the backdrop ended up being a banner that we took on the road with us, and it was up for all our shows, which was great because we get photos of really sick bands opening up for us, and they've got Big Leg written all over the background when they're playing.
We folded it up into a suitcase and took it all around New Zealand with us and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, but the shot, we thought just a Formula One finish shot would do the trick, and so the wreaths are like cardboard spray painted, and we got the non-alcoholic wine, which we probably should have just gone with yellow because
it was just as expensive as shit wine.
And those little wires that they put on the cap, we figured out what they're for. Like we're undoing all the wire, trying to setting them up, and they're going off. I'm like, quick start the camera. It was good fun. It looked like it was only for 15, 20 minutes, so it was as fun as it looks because we just did it quickly. Then we light a shower.
Yeah.
And, great.
Great to hear. We're going to finish off. You've been incredibly genuine with your time, and generous as always. Can't wait to see you at Fuzzy Sunday in amongst a couple of others, and then the Tote on the 9th of November. But I'm going to hit you both with a couple of questions here. We're going to go with first concerts.
Mine was an all ages Unwritten Law afternoon show at the Corner Hotel. And I was beside myself with excitement, and I went right up the front, and I got heat exhaustion and spewed, and it was the best, and I've loved live music ever since.
Mine was the Offspring, supported by Guttermouth. I got my hair spiked for the occasion.
Very nice. How nice of you. You never forget that.
I wanted to look beautiful for Dexter Holland. Yeah.
Beautiful touch. What about the last concert you went to?
Was it GBV?
GBV, baby.
Well, yeah, you've asked at exactly the right time. I got to see my favourite band play twice while we were overseas. And we went for a holiday and saw them in LA and in San Francisco.
Was that by chance that they happened to be playing?
No, we
not planned.
We were. It was quite clear that they're never going to come here again, and I've never seen them. We've never seen them live. So school holidays was on, so bit the bullet and went over there. Spent 11 days in LA. And, it was fantastic. It was well worth the trip.
And actually, the band that opened for them in San Francisco, they're called the Reds, Pinks, and Purples, or Pink, Purple, Reds. Oh, that's really bad. Red, Pink, and Purples.
Someone's screaming at the screen now.
I don't remember which order it's in, but they were awesome.
Yeah.
I'd never seen them before, so they were great. Look them up.
And Tony Molina opened in LA too, which he's fantastic. If you don't know, you should. Yeah. Actually, and he put out a new record this year, and that's fantastic. There you go, Tony Molina's album.
Righto. All right, the loudest concert that you can remember.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Dinosaur Jr.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So we went on the. I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Weezer cruise.
Yeah.
So So we went to that. So that was a Carnival cruise out of Miami, and Weezer played on the boat, and they had Sebadoh and Waves and Yuck were on there too. But Dinosaur Jr. We'd never seen them before, and they're on like. What would they call it? The Lido deck, which is like the entertaining pool area. They'd set up a stage there, and I had to go into the toilets and like get toilet paper and put it in my ears.
Yeah, everyone had run out of earplugs, and security had given everyone all of the earplugs out of their pockets, and everyone was in the toilets with toilet paper. It was
the Lido deck of a Carnival cruise line, not acoustically sound. Yeah.
No.
But before that, my hearing was already damaged. It wasn't too bad from seeing rival schools in the early 2000s, also at the Corner Hotel. That ruined my hearing.
Very nice. One of the greatest venues of all time, except for that pole. So that's kind of covered off really the best as well. One band you've seen the most of?
Oh, it would either be
Jebediah?
Rocket Science.
Oh, Rocket Science, true.
I think, Rocket Science I saw Rocket Science for the first time at the Triple R stage at the Big Day Out, and it was like, yeah, that was
Yep.
that was
long time
mind-blowing.
ago.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But yeah, I love Rocket Science, and yeah, we've seen them. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
both seen them heaps over the years.
We'll travel to see Rocket
I'd
Science.
say probably every second time they play.
They're really cool to see them playing. Back out again.
Yeah,
which is
they
really
opened,
cool.
They opened for the King Brothers. That was a Wednesday night. The King Brothers, for people who don't know, they're a Japanese. I guess it's noise rock band, but like, yeah, an incredible live set, like crowd surfing with the drum kit in the old bar type stuff. But yeah, Wednesday night, Rocket Science opened, and they were fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
I think aside from Jebediah, who I've probably seen since high school to current day, at any time they play in the last, it's a long time. I won't mention how long. It is very long. Aside from that, probably a Melbourne band called Vaudeville Smash. They're friends of ours now, but literally started watching them like 20-something years ago, and they're an incredible live band and performers. So Vaudeville Smash, they'll be playing again in Melbourne sometime soon. They always are, so go to a show.
Cool. And was there a most surprising for you? Someone you kind of went and saw and you thought, wow, they were incredible. I was expecting someone good, but they really were incredible.
Oh, geez, I'm such a tough sell to get out to a show these days. Yeah, I don't know. Well, Marie will go first.
Oh, do you know what? Maybe. Yeah, thanks, Trav. Do you know what? Maybe I didn't know very well. I wasn't surprised, but I didn't really know very well Nada Surf, except for like, you know, their novelty song, which they refused to play. And that's the only song I knew. And we got to the gig and they announced at the start of the set, we want this to be an enjoyable time. Please don't request this song because we will not play it. And I was like, oh, that's the only one I know. And then they played for ages and it was incredible. Yeah, I'm always impressed when you don't know a single song and the time flies and you love every song anyway and it's the first time you're hearing them. So yeah, Nada Surf for me, that might be uncool to say you never knew them, but yeah.
Yeah, it has been a long time. I mean, like one of the best shows that I got dragged to that I didn't really know the band was probably Gyroscope, which haven't played around heaps in the last few years. But yeah, after that, I went and saw them every time they came to town. But yeah, recently, no.
All right, let's finish on one you wish you could have seen.
Oh, Queen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe Thin Lizzy.
Yeah, that would have been good. Yeah. I mean, we saw the Fall once, and I would have liked to have seen it more because I feel like you're not getting the full picture if you only go to one full show. But yeah,
I've seen. I guess I wish I could have seen the Stranglers as a full band, but I've seen the Stranglers with the other singer, and I've seen Hugh Cornwall separately, and I've seen them in those forms enough times. I feel like in my mind I can blend them together, but I've never actually seen the Stranglers, and they're one of my favorite bands. So maybe that one.
Yeah, the only band that I haven't seen that I'd like to really see, like genuine, like would do anything, would be Suede, who I've never seen before, and I don't know if I want to fly to England to see a band.
That's going to have to be another holiday, Aaron. We're going to have to,
yeah.
Sounds like another tour on its way. Have you got a show booked? No, I mean, as far as a concert that you're going to see, or a show, have you got anything booked in that you've? I mean, now we're starting to get to a point where we're booking 12 months plus in advance. Some of these big bands again.
Well, I think the next one that we're going to would be the Buzzcocks. We're going to go and see them in Lawn, which is over the Melbourne Cup long weekend. So we're going to go stay out there and see the Buzzcocks. So that should be pretty amazing.
Yeah, and then we're going to see Superchunk at the Corner on the 14th of December. And I'm just looking at what we've got tickets for, and that's the Poison City weekend the day after, which is at the Toe.
The Poison City weekend.
I don't have a lineup here, but that will be a great day too. So we're at a point where like things are coming up, and I'm trying to like talk. You know, I'm trying to will myself out of buying more tickets because
Yeah.
You're bloody skint, Aaron. We're
Yeah.
starving over here.
Yeah.
Best thing to spend your money on. You can't help it. It's that spring, summer time of year, and there's so many tours. So yeah.
Well, most importantly, I'm urging people to jump on, buy one of these. There's not that many left. It's the good news is 20% off at the moment. That's exciting to jump
Yes.
on. There's a big league special on, which we'll post in the comments. And here is where you're going to find it. Big League Band. What happened there? Did it come up? Bigleagueband.net is where you must get to.
And
Yep.
it's like
check
stuff left over from the tour that we brought back from New Zealand. So there's a few T-shirts and there's like some tour posters with the album artwork. So yeah, stuff left over that we brought back.
Beautiful. And Mark Sitton just jumped on to tell us he flew to Dublin to see Suede this year. The Buggers won't come here. So
right.
that will be an interesting chat on Sunday, I'm sure,
We'll
to
talk
have
about it this
little
weekend.
chat. That's right.
Well worth the trip, I'm sure, Mark. Man, that
Definitely.
would be sick.
Yeah, sure would be. So that'll inspire you guys for this weekend show at Aussie Sunday. Here it is, just one last little push and promo for the Coburg RSL Sunday, October 27, headlined by Big League, most importantly. But as we said, any of these 4 or 5 bands or 6 bands could have easily headlined this gig, but it's going to be Big League. So look out. Make sure you stay to the end. Thanks for joining me, boys and girls. Marie and Trav. Episode 158. We've got Skyscraper Stand next Tuesday night. So that'll be exciting to talk about another new album. So get out there, see a band. Thanks for joining us. We will see you guys on Sunday.
Cheers, Aaron.
See you then. Bye.
See you soon. Love spending time with Trav and Marie. We could have easily talked for another hour. It's funny when you've only got an album, you're talking about one album, you're not playing a lot of videos, you're talking in amongst that. That was a really easy chat to have with the guys talking about music. We mentioned a truckload of bands there, so please jump on and listen back, write down a few names you might not have heard of, Google a few, and we will put a list up maybe of all the bands that we talked about and discussed, because there will be plenty that you may not know that you can get out and discover. So I'd like to thank everyone that's joined us on so many episodes we've had. We're heading very closely to episode 160, which we're going to plan something a little bit different for. We might even do a live show at some point. These are live, but obviously live with an artist in a venue somewhere and have a little chat about their life and play a couple of songs. But I'd like to thank everyone for joining me. And here's the list. See you out there soon.